you got the biggest song in the United States right now. You're sitting at #1. I was like, what? I lost it. Yo people, what's up? I am Jay Sean and these are my game-changing tracks.
Girl, you got exactly what I need. I ain't gonna lie, with you is where I wanna be. All up in the club, the finest girl I see. I know that you want me to come over to you and talk.
Dance With You. Man, what a game changer. First of all, career launcher for me. So Richie Rich had produced this beat. I love the beat. And I had originally written my parts over it. And I was writing my song as Juggy walked in. And Juggy was listening. And Juggy being Juggy, you know, he just started vibing. He's like, oh, what you boys doing here? This sounds sick. Oh. Next thing you know, he's starting to sing in Punjabi over the track. And then Rishi was like, hold on a second, that actually sounds sick. One of the first times in mainstream music that people had ever heard sort of pop R&B mixed with Bhangra and Punjabi on the same track, on basically an R&B hip hop track. It was just kind of like a revolutionary record for us and for the scene. I went just for a casual little bop down Hounslow High Street trying to go to the Treaty Centre. Next thing you know, I'm being chased by a bunch of girls and I was like, whoa, what is going on? You got the wrong person, what's happening here? But I guess I had fans and I didn't even realize, and that's when it really connected to me that the song must have blown up.
You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You were my air when I couldn't breathe. I think you always knew what you meant to me. Hey.
So Stolen, man, what a song. Rishi produced that in collaboration with Stargate. Now Stargate, for those that don't know, incredible producers. Neo, So Sick, Sexy Love, Rihanna, Take a Bow, Beyonce, Irreplaceable. These are the same guys who did those songs.
Won't you come back to me? Oh, it's crazy, but I'm falling apart. It's crazy how you're leaving me scarred. It's crazy, girl, wherever you are. You stole my heart.
And we took an Indian sample from Bollywood movie, a song called Churalia. Because of that move, and of course the fact that in the music video we had Bipasha Basu, a massive Bollywood actress, as the lead girl, propelled me into the next level in India. All right.
Oh, no, I can't take no more of this. I'm knocking on your door, asking if you still let me in. Won't you stay?
To start acting colder, for no reason she giving you the cold shoulder. But when you don't answer the door, she start investigating like Scully and Mulder. If she said it's over, then it's over. Tell her she's lucky like a 4-leaf clover. But you keep on ringing her Nokia. Worst thing about it, she's on Volder. Don't call her, don't ring back. Get your car and your diamond ring back. Look how many songs you sang for the girl and she can't book studio time and sing back.
Sick. That is mad. That is so mad. Stay remix, Boy Better Know. Chip. I remember we shot that at my brother's studio, photography studio. You know how big the scene is now, you know what I mean? The urban scene, and Skep and Chip and all these guys, and even Tiny I worked with back then. I worked with Tiny Temper back then. Gone on to do massive things, you know what I mean? And it makes me so proud to see that, because it's just insane, and the verses are mad, fire. I still drop that in my sets.
It's been about a month and 20 days, and we're going round and round playing silly games. Now you're saying slow it down, not right now. Then you wink at me and walk away.
One of my personal favorite songs ever to perform, and also just everything about it was so organic. Alan Sampson, the producer, came and met me at a meet and greet at a shop where I was signing CDs in Slough. And he lined up to come and meet me. He was like 16, 17 at the time. And he was like, yo bro, I'm a massive fan, I'm a producer, I would love to work with you. I listened to his CD on the way back home, and it was just beats. And I was like, yo, this guy is not lying, like he is actually sick. So we took him on the road with us for a couple of years touring, and we'd work in the studio in the meantime. Had this little shed at his house in Slough, which we We still call it like a magic, it was just like a magic shed. It was a shed, man, with his studio in it. No frills, me and him, just me and him. And we did that track there together. It was just a beautiful, beautiful organic process, and changed the game for me and my fan base. That's when I sort of made the transition from the Indian infused songs like Stolen and like Eyes on You and like Dance With You into the R&B world. Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, this whole thing that's happened with the remix, it's just mad. And the story is amazing. The fact that Regard was out in Kosovo, bro, heard my song in the club. Props to the DJ who was playing it, by the way, because if he wasn't playing it in the club, this remix wouldn't have happened. Had it stuck in his head, came home, and remixed it there and then. Put it out on YouTube, it's like 3 years ago. And it's just floating around doing its thing, getting a couple of 100,000 views. Out of nowhere, someone uploads it onto TikTok. Hundreds of kids, thousands, eventually millions of people are dancing to this remix. Becomes the most used across the whole planet. What? That is mad. Next thing I know, all my little cousins are telling me, you don't know what TikTok is? I'm saying TikTok. And I was like, I know what it is, but what are they doing? And they're like, they're doing dances to it, bruv. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, this is mad. They call us, and Regards people call us, and they said, look, we want to put this out. Can we have permission to put it out and get the clearance? I said, heck yeah, man, let's go. Jeez, number 2, United Kingdom. It's beautiful, amazing. Big up Regard, killed it. Down, I don't know if you heard it. I just signed the deal with Cash Money. So in my first 3 days, I write this song called Down. Now my producer at the time, he's like, this sounds like something. Like I'm gonna make him record this right now without letting him know. Because he knew if he was like, let's record this song, I'd be like, bro, come on, it's like 2 in the morning, I wanna go to sleep. Let's do it tomorrow. But he didn't, he tricked me. He goes, go in there, put it down, so we get a guide vocal for tomorrow when you can come and cut. I was like, cool. And that ended up being the song. What you hear right now is me like 2 o'clock in the morning, just thinking I'm doing a demo, which is nuts. And I kind of love that it was right there in the moment. I'm from Hounslow and I'm sitting in Miami with Lil Wayne and people, and I'm going, what is going on? How is he on my song?
Down like she supposed to be. She gets down low for me. Down like her temperature, cause to me she's 0 degrees. She cold over freeze.
It was number 94, and this is a true story. Number 94 in the Billboard charts. Called up all my boys, I said, we're going out. We are going to pop bottles. We are going to celebrate this. This is nuts. My song is amongst the top 100 songs in the United States. Are you kidding me? Let's go. I was in England and I was doing a radio interview, and my label called me and I was like, what's up? They were like, bro. I was like, yeah. They were like, remember how like you've been sitting at number 2 for like ages? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I've fallen it. Am I out the 10 now? I was like, I don't care, that was wicked. They were like, nah, not really fallen. I was like, oh, I'm still at number 2. They were like, nah. You got the biggest song in the United States right now. You're sitting at number 1. I was like, what? I lost it. I absolutely lost it. What a time. Who gets to say that? That was just amazing.
I'm so high, I'm wasted, I don't wanna come down. Let me take you to Mars, girl. Yeah, yeah. We'll make love on a star, girl. So high, so high.
She's such a centerfold, you other chicks just run along. She shit on Christian Louboutin, she won't put it on. No logos on the bag if she got it on her arm.
So Mars, for those that know that, you know, I love my R&B, but you know, like I had a massive pop run. There was a huge pop run with, you know, Down, Do You Remember, 2012, Hit the Lights, I'm All Yours. These were all massive pop records. And it got to that point where I was like, you know what? My heart, my soul wants to go back and do some stuff that, you know, where it all began. That's when I decided to link up with Rick Ross and do the song Mars. And I think that's what took me back into the urban R&B lane. And since then, I've been doing more of that kind of music. So for me, I think that was a really important song to sort of bring me back to my roots.
If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and click the bell icon to keep up to date. For more great audio and video from the BBC, listen on Sounds, watch on iPlayer.